Hey, what's up everybody? In this video we'll be doing some coloring, and this is an exercise I've been doing for many years. It's very easy, so pretty much all you'll need is pretty much anything. I'll be using markers today, but you could use colored pencils, graphite pens, crayons. Honestly, whatever you have you can use for this exercise. Alright, so I'm gonna get started here. I'm gonna pick this violet blue, and essentially all you have to do is just grab any pencil, pen, marker, whatever, and just start doing some scribbling. Flip that there, perfect. And as you can see, we pretty much just created this little scribble thing here, and basically all we have to do is play color by numbers essentially. So every little area will color in with a different color. You could get creative with this. You could draw patterns in these. You could shade them so make them look 3D. You could honestly do whatever you want. The world's your oyster when it comes to this exercise. But for me, I will just be doing some coloring today. So I'll get started here. I'm gonna grab this true green. And yeah, please feel free to do this along with me. I like doing my coloring by first outlining the inner part of the circle, and then I just do straight lines all the way through. Keeps it looking very clean, and I make sure I get complete marker coverage that way. If you're wondering how I'm picking which circles I want to color, I don't really have any calculated method. I'm honestly just using my intuition. So every time I color one, I pause for a second there, take a look, and wherever my brain says add some there, I add some there. That way there's no stress with this exercise. It's kind of, you just kind of do whatever you want. And what's cool is, instead of like using an adult coloring book or anything like that, you're actually creating your own artwork from scratch. So you do definitely get some pride when you get through these here. It always feels good completing a new one, and the best part is no two are ever the same. Actually, here, let me show you some previous ones that I did so you can get an idea of how these could look. There's one right there. I really like this one. Not sure, it just has a nice vibe to it. There's another one. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking with this one, like maybe pizzas and like pepperoni slices or something, I don't know. But as you can see, every single one looks completely different. Yeah, all right. Enough of that. I'm just getting sidetracked here. Let's get back to the one we're working on today. All right, so I think that's enough green for me. I'm gonna find another color to use. Same way I pick the colors is the same way I choose where to put them. I just use my intuition. I look at my stack of colors and just pick the one that's calling out to me. In this case, it's gonna be the true blue. I always color a few cells here with each color. That way I don't have to constantly keep switching my markers. The reason I'm turning the sketchbook here is I personally hate going out of the lines. You can go out of the lines. This is very abstract and you can literally do whatever you want. But for me, it's therapeutic to stay within them. So when I turn my sketchbook like this, I'm able to see the tip of my marker and I'm able to follow the previously drawn line here without going over the edge. If I did it from here, you can see how my hand and marker are blocking the actual line. So it's much harder to follow it smoothly if you can't see the tip of your tool that you're using. Do this long one here on the bottom. And then I think I'm ready to switch colors again. So 9 years ago, I was actually working as a camp counselor at an art gallery. We were teaching kids ages 5 to 12 about... Here, let me pick a color first and then I'll continue my story. Let's go with just a regular pink here. But anyways, we were teaching kids like a bunch of different art tasks from ages 5 to 12. And we had to develop a lot of exercises that we could do with them that, you know, weren't carried on from previous years or whatever. Gave us a little bit of artistic freedom and kind of we can play to our strengths and teach them what we want. And this was one of the exercises I created to do. And what I noticed was, generally speaking, keeping a 5-year-old's attention is quite difficult. So any lesson that we usually had planned for like 30 minutes, you know, 2 minutes in, literally, the kid says, "Oh, I'm done." And we're at the point where we just said we literally just finished explaining the lesson. How are you already done? So anyways, my point with that is it's very hard to keep attention of young children and also adults. I also had the same problem. Sometimes I just get bored of stuff. But what I found with this lesson was everyone was in the zone doing their own thing for, you know, the entire half hour. And I think the real magic that comes behind it is the fact that you get to create your own piece. It's not something you're tracing or something you're, you know, predetermined that you're coloring. It's something all of your own. And what I found really interesting is back in those days, like we would, you know, there was 30 students at a time. We would see 30 different versions of this in like half an hour. And, you know, these can't be bad. They'll always be different. Everyone's will be different from each other's and they'll always be unique to you. So I think having that ability to create something, even with the skills of a 5-year-old, for example, is, I don't know, it's very like important for us. So if you think you're not artistic or not creative or you don't have inspiration, just make one of these. You'll see. Inspiration comes from nothingness, and once you just start working with these, you might just surprise yourself what you can come up with. Plus, it's also very relaxing, very easy. You don't really have to think, you just color. I went a little over the edge there, so I'll probably just use a darker color in that area. It's no big deal though. All right, let's get the next color here. Let's go with canary yellow next. Huh, I just noticed that kind of looks like a banana. That was not intentional. All right, let's get something new in here. Let's go with this goldenrod color. you can, make these as simple or as complicated as you want. Basically, what dictates that is how long you spend scribbling in the beginning. If you spend 2 seconds, you might only have a few cells to color in. But say you spend 15 seconds, you could make a much, much more intricate piece that way, but it'll also take you longer. Nothing stopping you from making an intricate one and just coming back to it each day. Over time, you could complete a very large and interesting piece of work, so definitely something worth to consider. I think that's enough of that color for me. We're gonna go with the crimson red. I'm gonna put it here, right where this pink is. That way, for me, it's gonna hide it. And it's similar color, pink and red. This color is very dark, so I'm gonna use it sparingly. I like saving my dark colors for the middle and the smaller areas. I feel like it gives it more weight in the center. Not to say that I won't try other things. Like I said, everything's possible here. All right, I think that's enough of the red there. I'm thinking this violet could be really nice. All right, let's go for this dark green here. We're almost done. All right, there's today's drawing and coloring and creation. This one's kind of cool. I don't know, kind of reminds me of what a genie's heart would look like, or an abstract genie face. I don't know, I can kind of see the eye here and the blue like wispy chin. I don't know, could be whatever you want it to be, but that's what it is here. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.